I defended Dave Polsky before it became popular in, season 4, because I really liked his work in Keep Calm Flutter On. It was still one of my favorite episodes in this series, and also I liked his development of Pinkie Pie. However, he does have two weaknesses, the CMC in my opinion, and also, Appleloosa, which is one of the worst episodes in the series. But luckily, since it seems other writers are getting the CMC this season, and also, we'll probably never see Appleloosa again, I think we're safe. Well, Buck. Hello y'all, this is Ninja DC. If you can't tell from my opening segment, I had concerns going into this episode, to say the least. And all I have to say is, it was not as bad as I thought it would be, but it was not great. Though how it was not great is not in the ways I suspected. What I mean is, as my opening noted, I feel Polsky had a hard time writing the CMC and young characters in general last season, as he wrote them rather off, in my opinion. Particularly Sweetie Belle, who was outright out of character. Seriously, she went from a filly with stage fright to a pony that wanted all the spotlight. The CMC this time felt rather in character and were actually the most likable characters, not to mention they were not stupid, mostly. Their only real stupid instead of ignorant moment was when they went into the dark woods for a catching cutie mark. Gee, this exact concept has never backfired on them before. However, besides that moment, the CMC were rather smart and thought of a rather clever resolution to Troubleshoe's problem, in a rather realistic manner. As for Appleloosa, it was rarely in the episode for it to do any good or bad. We spent most of the time at the rodeo setting, which honestly could have been anywhere. Where it was bad, however, was the conflict. Not Troubleshoe's personal conflict that was actually handled pretty well, but the episode's core conflict, which is built around a rather forced misunderstanding. Gee, we've never seen that before either. Seriously, this was even worse than bridal gossip, as at least there, Sakura was not in a position to explain herself for most of the episode, or have somebody else explain for her. There were so many bucking times in this episode where the CMC or Troubleshoes could have, spent 5 seconds to explain everything. I came in worried the CMC would be stupid this episode, but it was the adults by far that were hit with the stupid stick. Hey Sheriff, you ever hear of this concept called interrogation? That and AJ's overprotectiveness also kicks in once more. Gee, just like, you get the drift by now. Besides the core conflict, the structure is also a clusterfuck. There are so many plot threads shoved into this episode. There is AJ winning the rodeo itself, Brayburn's injuries and babysitting, the CMC trying to get their cutie marks, and haven't even reached the main conflict involving Troubleshoes yet. Several of these plot threads should have been trimmed to not split the focus as much. Two of the big ones that come to mind are the cutie mark crusading part and Braybird's babysitting. The crusading part in particular seems very unnecessary. As Flight to Finish has shown, the CMC can do things not related to cutie marks, and the episode's often better for it. Why couldn't the CMC simply come to see a rodeo, and then try to make said rodeo go on because they want AJ to win, with their motivation later shifting to helping Troubleshoes in the end? With that said, the episode is not bad, and can best be described as a flawed gem. The core beauty of Troubleshoes' plot with the CMC shines through, but it is distorted by the rest of the adult stupidity and the episode's lack of focus, so the episode was okay. Weakest of the season thus far, but it could have been a lot worse. Well, this is the Ninja DC. Keep calm and open mind, and I wonder how long until I start seeing some derpy shoes shipping.